Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact is one of the best games that can give you an equal experience of fun, pain, and entertainment. But behind these games are the reason why we keep on spending our money and grinding for wishes and supplies. These are the perfectly designed and well-made characters. Each of them can stand out and be unique in their own way. But there's always one character that is better than the other. So, who is it gonna be? Who is better? In this video, we are going to compare one character from two games. We are going to use three categories when comparing the two, which is going to be the backstory, the character's design, and the character's gameplay. What is better way of starting this character battle than by comparing the two main characters of this game? So for this video, we are going to compare LUMINE and KIANA. But before we start the comparison, I would like to add that we are going to limit the details presented by the characters in order to give them a fair comparison. Honkai Impact is already a 4-year-old game which allows them to develop KIANA a lot better than LUMINE. So we are going to have some limitations, especially in terms of backstory. So for this video, we are going to limit the backstory into the first 2 chapters of their story. Also, I know that KIANA got different Valkyrie versions which gives her different outfit on each set. But LUMINE wasn't able to get any custom outfit right now, even any of their characters. So I decided to also limit their characters' design to their default skins. But there's no more consideration after the first major update of Genshin Impact, which includes the map of Inazuma. The time we spent is enough to give LUMINE a black default costume. LUMINE and KIANA were both the main protagonists when both of their games were starting, so it is fair to say that both of them were going to be the center of the story of the game. LUMINE, or Aether depending on who you are going to choose, lost his brother or sister from a fight between a god. As you woke up from an unfamiliar world, you immediately started your quest to find your missing brother or sister. But as you go to a quest of finding him or her, you stumbled upon different characters. These characters has their own story, but you cannot avoid on tagging along with them, so instead of going straight on finding your lost sibling, you end up helping them with their personal problems and challenges. This flow of story continues on chapter 2 when you reach Liyue. While KIANA, one of the aspirant Valkyrie of Shixel, was responding to an attack. Her mission is to try to help and protect the city and gain control of the Selene ship. Accompanied by her friends, they try to accomplish their mission, except from the part where Bronya got hacked and forced to fight against them, the mission of Shixel went completely smooth. But right after on the chapter 2, KIANA and her friends need to continue their training to become a better Valkyrie. But while going under the training, KIANA experienced something that made us see what KIANA might be in the future. The problem with LUMINE's backstory is the lack of details in the first 2 chapters. Yes, comparing to KIANA, you have a goal that was to find your missing sibling, but that isn't enough to develop a character story. You're able to help a lot of people, which resulted in developing your relationship with them that might result on a roller coaster of emotions in the future chapters. But we still need something that can help us develop our connection with the main character. We can't argue that we can relate a lot more to the story of our companions or maybe child than the story of our character, even though it only took 30 minutes of gameplay. While KIANA, on the other hand, got a very lame start on chapter 1. Many of you might be mad about this, but I can consider chapter 1 as an entertaining but forgettable chapter. But as we approach chapter 2, she got a great boost for her backstory, leaving details and ideas on what we might expect on her on the future chapters. This resulted on us wanting to see more KIANA's backstory so we will know who or what she really was. The first 2 chapters of LUMINE's backstory is clear but very empty, while KIANA got a very lame start but very interesting chapter 2, which makes her take the first win for this battle. KIANA 1, LUMINE 0. For the character's design, we can agree that both KIANA and LUMINE have different set of fashion that connects to their in-game world. LUMINE is wearing a fantasy-style dress with a shining amulet located below her chest, which shows the element that she's using currently. If it's Anemo, it will turn green, and if it's Geo, it will turn yellow. while KIANA is wearing your average battlesuit gear for every character in a mecha game or mecha anime, a futuristic armor that looked like a budget-cut Ironheart suit. We can agree that KIANA really looked awesome and cool on that costume, but haven't we seen this many times already? Lumine's costume on the other hand gives us a very simple look, but for some reason it gives that protagonist vibe on my eyes. Let's be honest, I even prefer May's default outfit than KIANA, and even Bronya looked more eye-catching than her. So for this part, Lumine is more fashionable than KIANA. Both KIANA and Lumine got their own unique character gameplay. Lumine can pull and burst a powerful animal with her first skill, and she can also cast a big tornado for her special. Her basic attack shows how good she was with her sword, and her special basic attack was pretty neat for the animation. While KIANA holds two guns, the most of the time she doesn't use, she mostly uses her feet on attacking the enemy. She also got two set of attacks, one with all the normal attack combo, and the one with hold combo which inflicts a more powerful damage. And also, he got a special skill that gives her a big buff by extending the distance and greatly increasing the inflicted damage. Both Lumine and KIANA get their own advantage. Because of Lumine's animo effect, she can use any element from her environment and even from her enemies and throw it back to them. While because of dodge effect of KIANA, that allows her to slow time when perfectly executed, she can turn around any sticky situation. If we're going to include the party's mechanics of both games, this is going to be an easy choice. But because we're focused on one character only, I'm still going to give this to KIANA. Her gameplay makes her stand out. Two set of different combos that you can use in order to show her true potential. And yes, Lumine has different set of attacks that you can rearrange, but her gameplay was a lot more simple than KIANA. And if you are going to tell me that Lumine got another element which makes her better than KIANA, remember, KIANA also had another battlesuit which is a lot better than her default. So for this category, I'm sorry, but KIANA will kick a lot of ass than Lumine. So as we finish the three categories, we end up with the result. KIANA won with 2-1. Do you agree with me on this video? Do you have any insight that greatly opposed my idea? Leave that on the comment section below and let's talk about it. And as always, I hope you enjoy.